Over the weekend, James O'Keefe's home was raided for the alleged, absolutely, diary of Ashley Biden, Joe Biden's daughter. Here's a clip from James himself.
I woke to the news that apartments and homes of Project Veritas journalists, or former journalists, had been raided by FBI agents. It appears the Southern District of New York now has journalists in their sights for the supposed crime of doing their jobs lawfully and honestly, or at least this journalist. Late last year, we were approached by tipsters claiming they had a copy of Ashley Biden's diary. We had never met or heard of the tipsters. We took steps to corroborate the authenticity of the diary. At the end of the day, we made the ethical decision that because, in part, we could not determine if the diary was real, we never published it. Now, Ms. Biden's father's Department of Justice, specifically the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, appears to be investigating the situation, claiming the diary was stolen.
Okay, so now they're claiming the diary. In other words, what agent said that? That diary was stolen. I mean, fake. Oops. Do people remember they're going after for Ashley Biden's diary?
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Trump's tax returns. A diary. Put this in context. If you went to the local police or you called the FBI and said, my diary's missing. Crazy on line 12, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're Anne Frank, no one cares about your diary.
And I'd be like,
Even Stevens, what is this?
If it was Anne Frank, I would just say, a ghost. But the point is, they would say crazy on line 12. They would say, let me get this straight, ma'am. You want me to send an agent to go look for your diary.
Several.
Just to check on it.
It says I like Brandon.
Yeah. Listen, several places.
But my point is, there is actually some protection for tax returns.
There should be.
Donald Trump's tax returns that were obtained, but was it New York Times or Washington Post? I can't remember.
I thought it was Times.
Shitty birds of a feather.
Something legitimate.
But the point is, any FBI agent sent to that?
No.
Anything?
No.
But this is a diary, which is not legally protected if it was lost, just like Hunter Biden. Keep in mind, some people still believe that his laptop was stolen. He returned it to Geek Squad and was too high to remember to pick it up. Just to be clear.
Left it.
It's not only state law, it's Geek Squad's policy. I know it's not a branded Geek Squad, but as a computer repair shop, they say, if you don't return it, or if you don't return to pick it up within 90 days, and it doesn't have exceptions for crack cocaine, as far as I read from the store's policy, that then it is basically available to anyone. It's their property. So let me be clear about the diary. I have read it, and some people have said, how did you read it? Because it has been publicly leaked everywhere.
Yeah.
It's on the internet.
And whether it's true, I do think it's true. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So it includes a few things in there that are disconcerting.
Yeah.
First off, she seems like she's a sex addict because she says she's a sex addict. She's obviously a drug addict. She's obviously someone who has been damaged in her life. She obviously resents her father a whole lot. Seems like she was molested as a child. We do not know by whom, just to be clear.
This is the exact girl I would hit on.
Yes.
Maybe like that
she sounds available.
And she wrote this: I remember having sex with friends at a young age, showers with my dad, and in parentheses, probably not appropriate.
What?
Thanks for adding that.
Was it, I don't know if they brought it up. I asked them to bring it up, Token. I'll make sure we get it from the control room. Hunter Biden, he was sexting with his niece, if I'm not mistaken, and then he had a picture with an underage girl who was not his niece. But he was definitely sexting with his niece. She's showering. I mean, incest just seems to run in the Biden family.
There were feet involved, I thought.
It is just running in the Biden family.
We got that lower in the show.
Okay. Well,
allegedly.
So she also wrote about feeling self-righteous during the Hunter-Hallie fiasco. And keep in mind, Hallie is Bo's wife, who, look, Hunter was, let me be really clear about this. And this is corroborated in this diary. Hunter Biden banged his brother's widow, then banged her sister.
Wow.
And then at least, I don't know when, if this happened congruently, sexted his niece, and there are pictures of him, with underage girls, smoking crack, and throwing a gun in a dumpster by a school.
Correct.
And he FaceTime with Biden saying that he, he texted Biden that he FaceTime with a 14-year-old girl while naked and smoking crack.
Winner.
Really?
This is a really screwed up family. Like, I don't want to just judge on it, but come on. At a certain point, you say, none of you, and here's one thing too, well, this is me making an inference. Every single one of Biden's children is a drug-addicted, compulsive, lying, cheating whore or man whore. Every single one. At a certain point, you go, okay, what happened there from the top down? Every single one. And I mean started from a very, very young age, having problems, having emotional issues, having relationship issues, having substance abuse issues, having incestuous issues.
Yeah. So a quick question. When did Bo pass away? That was later on, right? Beau Biden?
It was roughly before Hunter banged his wife.
Well, no,
right.
I believe that's the timeline.
Well, I was wondering. I was like, okay, well, a tragic event in a family can sometimes, spin people out. But it seems like all this was going on prior to Beau's death.
Well, it's weird if it spun him out to bang his brother's wife and then bang her sister.
Yeah, sometimes
That's a lot of spinning.
That's
I remember when I
fairly-
lost my aunt and I started banging my cousin.
I was not saying it was an excuse.
I remember when my grandmother died, and I started, banging his cousin.
Yeah, smoking crack and
Yeah, Beau died in May.
Spinning out like the
2015.
tilt-a-world.
Okay, so Beau died in 2015.
Yeah.
So that's a different. Okay.
what did he
Not long
have?
ago.
I was trying to look for like the common thing other than just the Biden family, but that looks like it's the Biden family.
All right. This
This is creepy.
It really is creepy.
I mean, look, I get the drug addiction and stuff.
Sure.
I can relate.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
smoking cheese.
Yeah, well, I've never smoked. Nobody I know has ever smoked
Here's
or
the issue,
snorted
though.
Parmesan.
Here's the issue. This is because you've had addiction, right?
Yeah.
You've talked about it openly. At some point, someone sat you down and obviously said, okay, you need to make a change and you needed to ultimately be self-accountable.
Sometimes roomfuls.
Right, but Hunter Biden has never had that.
Well, no,
Hunter Biden is was still lying about it and getting speaking fees for talking about becoming so after he was still on drugs. Just to
Right.
be clear, he has continually lied about it, and he hasn't had a father who's tried to hold him accountable. If you look at Ashley Biden and you read in her diary, she's not talking about a father who's trying to help her. She's talking about a father who's a political climber, and she really resents him.
Yeah.
She thinks that he's emotionally manipulative. She thinks that he's uncaring. She thinks he's unsympathetic. So the point is, yes, you can have a substance abuse problem, but these people have had lifetime substance and sex abuse problems, and it doesn't seem, according to the diaries and according to Hunter Biden's laptop, like the parents were ever interested in helping.
Well, I don't think it seemed that the parents ever really cared. I mean, with Hunter, it seems that he seems to have a relationship with Hunter, not with Ashley. That's at least how it seems whenever you.
I didn't even know Ashley was a thing.
Yeah,
honestly. I didn't
Yeah,
even know
me
he had a
neither.
daughter.
there really is no connection there, and I think it's because he glorifies his father, where she is obviously broken by him. At least from what you can tell. But yeah, there is a point. He may have had people sit him down. I'm sure he's had interventions and stuff like that. He's never done anything about it, because it seems every time I see him interviewed, he seems very high.
Right. Well, Burisma looked at that resume and met with Hunter and said, yes, he does need to sit down on our board.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's pay him lots and lots of money to sit on our board and make decisions for our company, because he alone,
And they
not his
only ever-
connections,
yeah.
are worth everything.
They only ever had him at one board meeting because then he lit up a bowl, right?
Yeah.
I think we should sell. That's not what I'm talking about.
He
Like
just
in the
started
Dark
smoking
Knight.
a glass dick, and they're like, "That is a captain of industry."
Are you sexting in the board meeting
Yes.
right
Could
now?
you put your shirt on?
We
They just
can
replaced
hear
his
you.
crack rock with Himalayan pink salt. You think it's good enough?
Works for
Oh, by the way, I have these pictures of my sister in the shower. That's Dad.
Maybe inappropriate.
maybe.
What pieces of absolute garbage?
Well,
is
it's
my
just
point.
I'm tired of. It's a waste of taxpayers' money to bang down a door and get evidence.
Well, it's weaponized.
Well, hold on. It's a waste of
FBI.
someone's money where they're saying, oh, the diary might be stolen, which is them acknowledging that it's an authentic diary.
Right, yeah.
How about, hey, do you have a valid warrant for underage sex crimes with Hunter Biden? Underage sex crimes. By the way, no one denies it. No one denies the authenticity of it.
Right.
Except for, Twitter and Facebook, they tried to. Then they said they even said we made a mistake, which is, sorry.
Right.
Too late. They blocked the story from the New York Post. Remember that? No one denies the authenticity. At the very least, if he's not just sexting underage girls, there are pictures of him with underage kids and doing drugs. Hunter Biden. You can't get a warrant for that? But you can get a warrant on James O'Keefe, who puts on silly suits and catches politicians and pharmaceutical companies saying illegal shit?
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.